welcome back to my channel. So long story short, let me give you a little backstory of what this video was supposed to be. So yesterday was the 1-year birthday of the Tortured Poets Department, and I had filmed a whole video of me ranking all of the songs like on Tier Maker, but I couldn't get it to like look right and align everything correctly in the editing process. So instead of doing that, I've decided to go back and revisit my initial reactions to all of the songs on the Tortured Poets Department. Not all of them. Listen, I didn't have like a camera in front of my face. I was just like, me and one of my friends were like spam texting the entire time. So I like went back through all of those text messages and like found a lot of them, and I was like, okay, I'll share this. It was actually like 2 of my friends that I screenshotted stuff from, and then I found an old ranking that I had of me ranking every single song on the Tortured Poets Department and the anthology like the day after, and then I just made my own like re-ranking all of them. And so I think it's gonna be interesting going back and looking at all of those. So without further ado, let's get into the headspace of me as this album was coming out. So the first thing that I talked about with my friend, it was like as my reaction to Fortnite. All it was is me in all caps, and I was like, I love you, it's ruining my life. I think we just sat in awe listening, because it's like midnight. I'm like sitting in my bed and I'm just like, this is a new Taylor Swift album. Like, I was like wrapping my head around it. And then when the Tortured Poets Department came around, I was like, typewriter appreciation, love to see it. And then I was like, who are these people? Because she kept saying like, but you told Lucy if I ever leave. And I was like, who is she name dropping? So I was like, who are these people? And then I was like, oh wait. I said first F-bomb. I think that was in Down Bad, not the Tortured Poets Department. Anyways, speaking of Down Bad, this conversation happened a day after the Tortured Poets Department came out, and I was talking with a different friend, and she was like, I cannot bring myself to like Down Bad, and I was like, okay, that's a hot take. And then I was like, I like it. It's not one of my favorites, but I'm not gonna skip it. And as you will come to see, I don't like Down Bad anymore, and I do in fact skip it. Because it's like all you ever hear about are people's like opinions on songs changing and like getting better. But Down Bad was one that kind of just got worse for me, to be honest. Okay, this next one was for My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is about to be a banger. And I was like, I regret putting this so low on my list. The list I'm referring to is like, I guess I made a list of what I thought my rankings were gonna be. Maybe I need to see if I still have that. I forgot about that, because I referenced it a lot. I was like, I claimed these songs. I was like, oh, why was this so low on my list? I need to go back and find that one too. Maybe we can react to that. And I was like, once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. And I was like, this is my favorite so far. Girl, one of your favorites ever. Oh, So Long London. Oh my gosh. I was like, whoa, it's giving chorus, you know, during like this so long London, you know. And I was like, what is this? All That Youth for Free. And I was like, she needs commas. This is a masterpiece. A tear just fell. I need a 10-minute version. She died on the altar. The marriage altar. I was like going insane. I feel like I was going through the whole like stages of grief listening to this song. Literally. Hello. Oh, but Daddy, I love him. This was our reaction to the like, I'm having his baby line. I was like, she's having his baby? Mother? And I was like, is mother for real mothering? What was this line? Because how dare Taylor Swift put that line in a song and then be like, no, I'm not, but you should see your faces. Excuse me? What else were we supposed to do? We were all gonna go crazy. There's like no I bet that Taylor Swift was having like the time of her life watching everyone's videos, like hearing that line for the first time. A cultural phenomenon. Like, I feel like we were all being hypnotized in that one moment, and then she like snapped us out of it, and we were like, what just happened? Like, hello? Fresh out the slammer. And I said, oh, she cooked with this one. Imaginary rings? And I was like, paper rings? Taylor. Ooh, Florida. Oh, okay, I was just about to say this, that I listened to the album when the track list was announced, but I couldn't really get on board. And then I was definitely gaslighting myself hearing this song because my friend was like, she loves Florence and the Machine. And I was like, oh, they're eating up. That was a lot to process. But if they were actually eating up, I would have said that in all caps. Like, I didn't really like Florida. I still don't really like Florida. I was just saying that because my friend loved it and I just didn't. And then a different friend that I talked to the day after, she was like, okay, I like Florida and all, but the people she sang it with, I feel like don't really match with her. And I was like, yeah, when she announced Florence in the Machine, I listened to a whole album by them and I just didn't like it. And I was like, I wish it was just Taylor. I still stand by that. If it was just Taylor, I feel like I would like that song more and like actually listen to it. But now I just like skip it because it's not my jam. Oh, The Guilty as Sin. I was like, this is a little groovy. It's like Dress's older sister. And it is. Guilty as Sin. Love her to death. And she is Dress's older sister. That was a correct statement. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? I was like, Rep Vibes, I love this. And I said, this might be my favorite. Remember that in the back of your minds. My friend, she said this is like Rep on crack. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I need to know the context to this. I'm begging. And I was like, who hurt her? And then this screenshot got a little cut off, but I was like, when she said caged me and called me crazy, and I was like, didn't she already say like, these people only raise you to cage you, and but daddy, I love him? I was like, why are we already having lyric parallels like only a couple songs into this album? What is happening? And then I can fix him. No, really, I can. I said, this one's a tad Western, I feel. And then at the end, I was like, maybe she can't? That was crazy. That was another crazy line. Oh my gosh. Lommel. I said, I claim this one. It better be good. And I was like, better safe than starry-eyed. I said obsessed. That's still one of my favorite lines from the entire album. Like, you don't understand. And then I was like, okay, we didn't get the title drop yet. And I said, if she hits us with The Loss of My Life, I'm gonna cry. And then my friend was like, stop, no, I would not be okay. And I said, oh no, I feel it coming. And she was like, it's definitely coming. And then she said, Mr. Stupid Girl. And I was like, Harry Styles, no way. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, the no came after she said Loss of My Life. I was like, no, nope, I'm done. Tears Have Slipped. Oh my gosh, Loss of My Life. Oh wait, no. Roll it back. I was just saying, no, nope, I'm done. Tears Have Slipped. Oh my gosh. And then when she said Loss of My Life, I was like, oh, Loss of My Life. And my friend was like, you called it. And I was like, I can't. This is emotional whiplash. Because it was emotional whiplash. She was like, you're the love of my life. Said I'm the love of your life. And then she said, Loss of My Life. Oh my gosh. I can do it with a broken heart. Remember when we all thought that was going to be like the most sad song ever? I was like waiting for a heartbreak song. And then she freaking hits us with the I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. I was like, oh, I'm a little confused. This is not what I expected. I was like, the switch to Valley Girl was wild. No, all, I literally remember hating this song when it first came out. I was like, what is this? Because I feel like we never had a song like this ever before by Taylor, and I just didn't know how to process this at all. Oh my gosh, the smallest man who ever lived. Literally all I said was, oh, she's going off on Matty Healy. She was like after him. I think I was at this point, we had listened to so many songs that I was just like, wasn't comprehending how insane of a bridge The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived was. I was not comprehending. But like the next couple of days, I just remember like repeating it. I like just kept singing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, she did not come to play with this one. Hello? And then we had Clairbo. I was like, you look like Taylor Swift? I was like, hello? She just sang her own name? And I was like, it's over. And now Harry Styles is playing. And I was like, I'm still not over that one line. I was referencing Mr. Steal Your Girl. And I was like, time to go listen to it all back. So now, at this point in time, we saw the countdown that Taylor had that was going to 2 a.m. And it was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be like too tired? But at that point, I was already awake. So I was like, okay, well, I might as well just stay up and see what happens. And me and my friend thought she was going to announce Reputation, Taylor's version. And I was like, we were saying that if she did release that, then we were only going to listen to the vault tracks and then go to sleep because we were tired. But then it ended up being a double album. And I was texting my friend and I was like, hello, are you awake? And I think she fell asleep. And so then it was just like me, and I was like, well, I don't have anyone to text with. So then I'm pretty sure all I did was listen to the Black Dog, and then I went to sleep. So I have no, like, things of me texting at the current time of anything from the anthology. Anything. But later in the day, I did text her, and I was like, I don't know if you've gotten to So High School yet, but I'm beginning to think it's about Sir Kelce. Sir Travis Kelce. Also, the fact that when I listened to The Alchemy, that's on a standard album, is it not? Where is The Alchemy? I have no reactions to that song. Well, whatever. Like, the first time I listened to that, every single football reference went over my head. I didn't think it was about Travis at all until I saw people online talking about it, and I was like, how did I just miss all of that? Same thing with Down Bad being about, like, an alien abduction. Literally would have never thought of that on my own. I don't know. Okay, this is my friend, and she texted me, like, asked me what my top 5 was. And I was like, okay, Fresh Out the Slammer, Guilty as Sin, Lost of My Life, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, and So Long London. Taste! I knew my favorites from the beginning. Like, I am the girl I've always been. Olivia Rodrigo reference, hello. Like, and then this same friend, I was like, there's just so many good ones that beat any other Taylor song I've ever heard. Example, Guilty as Sin, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, Lost of My Life, Fresh Out the Slammer, So Long London. So all the songs I just said, but I was like, they beat every other song ever in the entire universe. And I still agree with that because what the heck? And then, I regret saying these two texts with, like, every fiber in my being. But when the anthology was first released, I, like, didn't like it. There were only a few songs on there that I enjoyed. And so I was like, I kind of wish she hadn't released the second half. Like, I would have been perfectly fine without it. Girl, I just wasn't listening. My ears were not open to the anthology. I was not in my right headspace. I was tired. That's like the worst thing ever that I've ever thought in my life. How could I ever think that? Ever. And then April 21st, I said, this is officially my favorite Taylor Swift album ever. I don't think any other one can ever compare. And with this being like 1 year since Tortured Poets, and I was going back and listening to all of the songs, it might be my favorite Taylor Swift album. And as a 1989 girly, that's hard to admit. But it might have trumped 1989 for me, which is a lot for me to say. Okay, that's all of the text messages. Now I have my rankings. I need to find... Oh my gosh, I know I journaled it. Oh my gosh, when the Tortured Poets came out, I was in my journaling era, okay? So I know I wrote down... Oh my gosh. Why do I have... Oh, okay. I said my predictions for the album was that it was going to be sad vibes, slow, maybe some rock-ish. Wait, did I kind of eat? And then I said either Rep TV or deluxe album at 2 a.m. And then I did my predicted ranking with the 4, like, you know how she put out the CDs with the variants, like the Albatross, the Black Dog, the Manuscript, and the Bolter? I added those in this list even though they weren't on the track list, okay? Oh my gosh. At the very bottom of this, I had Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Then But Daddy I Love Him, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. That's painful. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, Florida, The Black Dog, Fortnite, Clairbow, The Albatross, The Bolter, The Manuscript, The Alchemy, The Tortured Poets Department, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And then my top 5, okay? Guilty as Sin, Fresh Out the Slammer, and then next to that one, I said Vigilante Vibes. You know, like the song, but I'm not going to say the word. I was like, was it like Vigilante? Not really. And then I said Llama, and then, oh, I said Down Bad as my number 2. And then I said So Long London as number 1. Okay. Wait, what did I journal? I said, okay, this is the next day. I was like, the album was insanely amazing. I stayed up until 2 a.m. to see her announce 15 new songs, and then I went to sleep. I said, I need a week, and then I'll re-rank the songs. I said, I cried during So Long London and Lost of My Life. And I said, my greatest accomplishment was predicting Lommel stood for Lost of My Life, and I'm convinced it's about Harry, Mr. Steal Your Girl. And I... yada. And then I like started talking about my day. Boring. I wrote so much this day because I listened to the Tortured Poets Department, and then the same day I had a Megan Moroney concert. So like literally the best day of my entire life. We got the Tortured Poets Department and I saw Megan Moroney with my own 2 eyes in real life. Like literally insane. Okay, everyone, now I'm gonna go back and we're gonna revisit my rankings off of like the day after I heard it. April 20th, 2025, 7:03, because I added my, okay, well, I made this the day after, okay? At the bottom of the pack, we had Robyn. Oh my gosh, I'm like scanning this list. This is insane. Robyn, and then Thank You, Amy. I'm agree with that. I'm okay. At 29, I had The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. It took me probably until she was back on the Eras tour. It took me until her like marching to the bridge of that song for me to be like, holy cow, this might be one of the best things I've ever heard. But for now, it was at 29. And then at 28, I'm Gonna Get You Back, Criminal. Then So High School, Criminal. And then I had The Prophecy, which is okay. The Prophecy's never been one of my favorites, so I'm not gonna judge past me. Then I had The Alchemy. And then I had The Albatross. That high up, where's The Albatross on here now? It's at 28, okay? So to be at 24 is a bit of a jump. And then I had The Bolter. Okay. Florida. Okay. Then But Daddy, I Love Him. You know, that was number one of my favorites. It's probably still close to that on my other one. At number 20, I had The Manuscript. I don't really remember liking that song that much. So for it to be kind of middle ground is crazy. And then I had The Tortured Post Apartment. And then I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Whoa! And then I had, okay, How Did It End? Okay, amazing song. I had Cassandra above that. Silence for that, really silence for that. And then I had I Hate It Here. And then I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. And then I had Down Bad at number 13. I didn't know that I enjoyed that song that much from like first time listen. Holy cow. And then, okay, at number 12 I had Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Incredible song. And then number 11 I had Peter. And at number 10 I had Clairbow. At the time I did enjoy that song, but not so much anymore, as you'll see in my ranking now. And then at number 9, I had Fortnite. Okay. I guess I remember every time I would play the album, I would try to play it from start to finish. So I heard Fortnite a lot. So that's probably why I liked it, I guess, is because I just kept hearing it play. And then at number 8, I had I Look in People's Windows, banger. Number 7, So Long London. Number 6, Fresh Out the Slammer. Number 5, Guilty as Sin. I remember equally loving Guilty as Sin and Fresh Out the Slammer. When they first came out, I was like, oh, love these. Number 4, Lommel. Number 3, The Black Dog. Number 2, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. And at number 1, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? I don't really have words for that one. That's just simply not one of my favorite songs right now. I don't think it's ever gonna be in my number 1 slot again. Because let's just see where that is now. Where is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? That song is in slot number 17 right now. So that one had a bit of a downgrade. I don't know. I think it kind of started being a little cringy, her saying, like, you should be. Like, okay, Taylor, I see you. I know you're, like, boss lady. I know you're, like, incredible, but, like, you should be. I don't know. Okay. My current ranking of The Tortured Post Apartment. Are we ready? Also, let me just say, ranking my favorites off of this album was insanely difficult. Like, starting from my top 5. Let's just say, like, my top 5. Having to rank those in an order, did not enjoy that. So just know that all of them can change and, like, rearrange themselves. Like, any given day, a different one could be in a different spot, okay? So this is just based off of today, in this current moment. But tomorrow, my top 5 could be in a different order, but it's always going to be the same 5, okay? But starting at number 31, the bottom of the pack, okay? We have The Manuscript, Robin, Thank You, Amy, and The Albatross. And I feel like those are okay to say as, like, my bottom 4. I feel like that's acceptable from the people, okay? Then I have Florida. Don't really love that one anymore. Cassandra. I know that these next two are gonna ruffle millions of feathers across the internet, across every Swiftie imaginable. I have the very unpopular opinions of that I personally do not like the songs, down bad, and I hate it here. Could do without them. When I Hate It Here first came out, I was like trying to love it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is for the book girlies, like this is for the delusional girls. I love it. But now I just kind of find it annoying, and I kind of find Down Bad annoying as well. I'm so sorry. So my 24 to 31 are songs that I feel like could be deleted from the album and I would be okay. Don't kill me. Don't kill me for saying that, okay? At my 23, I have Claire Bow. And then 22, I have But Daddy, I Love Him. That's also going to send some people crazy. I know. I just don't love it as much as everybody else does, and I guess that's just a me issue. At number 21, I have The Prophecy. At number 20, I have I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. 19 is The Bolter. That song has grown on me a lot. Wait, where did I have The Bolter? I had The Bolter at 23, and now it's at 19. Oh, well. Keep in mind, the first ranking was after my first listen, so I didn't really know what I was doing ranking all of those songs. And then after I started listening to it, I was like, I don't really like The Bolter at all, really. And so for me to be like, I don't like this song, and then now it's up to like 19, that's great progress, okay? It really is. And then my number 18 is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, okay? It's a reasonable spot halfway through, because it's a very like pop-y song in the middle of like an album that's like depressing. So like kind of an odd pick to throw in this album, but like it's okay. I mean, it's an okay song. Then number 17, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. 16 is Fortnite. That one dropped quite a bit, but I still like it. I enjoy the song. Number 15, The Tortured Poets Department. And this song just recently has become like a favorite. Like after I sat and I was like, wait, this is kind of like, I kind of like this. It's kind of groovy. And that's like only a recent thing. Like if you would have talked to me like a month ago, I would have been like, no, the Tortured Poets Department song is like bad. Like I don't like it at all. So that just shows that opinions can still grow and evolve even after a whole 11 months of having an album. And then my number 14 is So High School. After singing it at the Air Store and seeing how happy she was, I was like, wait, I kind of like this song. Number 13 is The Alchemy. 12, I Look in People's Windows. 11, I'm Gonna Get You Back. Yes, Justice, because that was extremely low on my first ranking. The 28 spot, hello, absolutely not. Number 10, Fresh Out the Slammer. Still love that song. Number 9, the largest like increase out of this whole album, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Going from 29 to number 9 is literally insane, and it's just because of the bridge. If that bridge was like any different, the song would like be down lower. Like I listen to that song only for the bridge, and it's like incredible. So it's like I don't even care. Hello. Number 8, How Did It End? That bridge also insane, incredible. Number 7, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. I remember seeing that, like going through the anthology, and I was like, what is this song? Like Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus? Like, girl, I thought she was a little crazy for titling a song that. Number 6 is The Black Dog, okay? Now we have my top 5. These are some of the most insane, incredible songs that we will ever hear in our lifetime, and I'm so happy that I'm alive at the same time to hear, comprehend, understand these songs. And I don't know if any other songs will truly even like go up to the level of my love for these songs. Number 5, Guilty as Sin. Number 4, Lost in My Life. Number 3, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Number 2, So Long London. And number 1 is Peter. Peter grew on me a lot, but the other 4, I'm pretty sure they were in like my top 5. Like at least top 10 from the first time I listened to them, so I've always loved them and appreciated them. But Peter like grew up in the rankings and now it's like my number 1 song. So if you haven't listened to Peter recently, go listen to it because it's truly underrated, criminally underrated. So that's all that I had planned for this video, but I feel like I could talk about the Tortured Poets Department for hours and hours on end. I truly wasn't expecting to like get out my journal from that time. I really was in my Tortured Poets era. I was writing down things every day. I did my daily journaling. Also, a moment to highlight this outfit that I have on. I'm wearing my lilac short skirt. Thank you. Thank you, Popflex. No, I'm not thanking Popflex for sending this to me. I got this for Christmas, but I'm obsessed. And then my Taylor Swift shirt. What an icon. What an icon. Anyways, that's it. If you would like to see me like rank any other albums, if Tearmaker ever decides to be nice and like work, or like any other Taylor Swift related albums, videos, anything dedicated to Taylor or anything else music related, please tell me, because music and reading are like my sole 2 passions. Like I love them so much and I could talk about both of those topics all day, every day, every second, every minute, 24/7. So let me know and I will definitely do more videos. But I will see you in the next one. Bye.